last thing I'm gonna speak on tonight because this one was heavy on my soul. I'm tired of the fake alpha males online boosting up these brokies' heads and making them all think that they high value. Sir, nothing about you is high value. Your bank account's not high value. Your morals and standards ain't high value. Even your car ain't high value. It's underwater and depreciated. But for some reason, they got y'all hyped up, making you think that you're in the top 1% just because you got promoted to the team lead at the Amazon warehouse. It's 2021. Most of us women nowadays, we making more money than a lot of y'all dudes. We the niggas with the money. So for you to be thinking that you have value out here and that your poor character morals, you can make up with it with your bank account. Some women can be bought, but guess what, baby? Not all of us can be bought.
Hello, guys. It is Lexus Exodus, leader of the Black Woman Exodus. How are you guys doing? Like always, if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. Please share. Also, I am excited to hear you guys' feedback and your opinion. So if you're enjoying this content, please chime in below. Speaking of that, shout out to Divested Zealot. She showed me so much love on her live yesterday and on her Patreon. I'm a new Patreon, and y'all got me hip to Divested Zealot recently, and so lately I've been binge watching her content. And so I was just listening to her latest video, and it was so crazy because she mentioned my name, her and another cool dope ass follower. I think her name is JoJo. Gave me a lot of love, showed lots of love yesterday. And so that was incredible, especially as much work that Divested Zealot has done. It really was very, very cool to get a shout out from her. You guys know that there can be a lot of infighting and bickering within the divested community. So it made me really, really happy that, you know, she was very vocal about how she enjoys my content and was not shy about showing me love as a newbie. So thank you for that. Thank you, JoJo. Girl. I am so happy that you enjoy my content. I heard you quote a few things from my videos, and I love all the love and appreciate it. And I can't thank you guys enough for expressing how much you appreciate my content. So also, before we get into today's episode, I got something really cool and exciting coming down the pipeline for you guys. So I got a suggestion from one of my followers who asked me to do a video on how I vetted my husband and how I was able to leave my situation with my ex when I was back in Blackistan and really find a relationship after divesting and vet a male and find someone who is as wonderful as he is to me, a loyal person with integrity, who's hardworking, who is I talked to my husband about it, and he's actually wanting to come on. So that should be fun. I think it'll be cool to share the male's perspective when it comes to, you know, dating and certain things to look for when you're meeting Brad, or red flags, things like that. And it's very interesting because on one of my other videos, this guy, this is random, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but this stupid Dusty came in my comment talking about he don't believe that I'm married to a Brad. And he'll pay me $2,000 if I show him my wedding ring or my Brad. And it's just like, I responded like, nigga, put your money where your mouth is. Cash at me, fool, so I know it's real. Because, I mean, I'm not going to waste my time. Like I said, in 2021, I don't argue with niggers unless I'm getting paid for it. So as soon as he hits that cash app with that $2,000, I'd be happy to show him pictures of my ring and proof of my Brad. But it's like, these fools are so goddamn dumb. They're so stupid and so idiotic and so silly to really think somebody's going to make up an entire lie or facade about like, come on, man. Like, I don't think they really understand. And I know these Dusties like to think that the world revolves around them, but not in 2021. In 2021, Black women are waking up. In 2021, Black women are prioritizing their self-care over the community. In 2021, we are divesting and are moving on. We're not going to engage in these circular arguments begging you to treat us better. Now we're going to keep it moving and go see what Brad's talking about, or what Jose talking about, or what Chung Lee's talking about. So if you listening, Dusty, feel free to cash at me that $2,000 you was talking about. Put your money where your mouth is, and I'll send you whatever pictures you want, fool. Um, so now that that's out of the way, this is my daily installment of the Blackistan Zoo, where we discuss the animals, creatures, and other derelicts found in Blackistan. So this one is going to be about biracial Becky. And I'll preface this by saying, y'all was very nervous to do this one just because I know that, I have a following of all sorts of Black women, all sorts of races, biracial women. And so I was nervous because we know that mammies are fair game. We know that mules are fair game, but there are some women that are biracial that follow me and enjoy my content that they fall in one of two categories. So either they were raised by a Black mother, which we know children, biracial children raised by Black mothers are smarter, they're more intelligent, they're more well-adjusted. So they fall in that category and enjoy my content. Or they fall in another category where they were traumatized and where they were fathered by one of these dusties and experienced firsthand how important it is to escape Blackistan. So they enjoy listening to my content and they consider themselves divestors too. So I was really nervous. So I asked you guys, what your thoughts were. And I got a lot of feedback from a lot of my followers who are biracial who said, go ahead and do an installment on biracial women and racially ambiguous women. And so I'm gonna go for it. So first off, before we get into the stories and examining this animal and their natural habitat, let's go through the profile of your typical biracial Becky. So their habitat, they're found all throughout Nicaragua and Blackistan. Oftentimes, they're located in suburbia as well. And that's because when their self-hating Tyrone fathers get a little bit of money, the first thing he'll do is he'll divest. So he'll date a whale or a Becky. And he'll escape Blackistan and will leave he'll move to suburbia with his whale and his children. So they're found very, very commonly all throughout those areas. Their appearances, they have an extreme lack of melanin. So like Sinji will say, they're melanin deficient. Like I said, oftentimes they're racially ambiguous. They might appear to be mixed with Puerto Rican or Hispanic or, Asian, but their skin is very, very pale and there's a lack of melanin present. So these Beckies, their natural counterpart are Dusties. And that's because Tyrones are weirdos and they have this weird obsession with complexion and with fair skin and hair and pedestalize these women. Their behavior. So they have a lot of complexes because they're raised by whales and self-hating Tyrones. So the whale doesn't know anything about, how to go about raising a multicultural, biracial, half Black girl. And speaking of that, I don't know if I've really mentioned this, but my father remarried when I was about 25. So I have like really, really little siblings, biracial siblings. So I have 2 biracial sisters and one really, really young biracial brother. There's like a 20-year difference. It's crazy. I'm 32 and my sister is 13. Then I have an 11-year-old sister and a 4-year-old brother. Yeah, my dad is a trip. He's a nuts. Anywho, so I can recall lots of instances where it was very evident to me that their mother had no idea what she was doing raising biracial children. So in one instance, I remember her not knowing how to do her hair, my 11-year-old's hair. And it's interesting because my siblings are parented by the same parents, but we know that African-American traits, they manifest themselves differently depending on the person. And so my 13-year-old sister has like really fair skin and has like wavier hair. And then my 11-year-old one, she has kind of like the more ethnic features and she has the curlier texture, tighter coils and has like the darker skin. So she's not dark skin by any means, but, definitely looks more tan and brown than the other one. And I remember her mom taking her to Great Clips to cut off her hair because she allowed it to get matted. She was not managing it. She wasn't grooming her. She wasn't taking care of her to the point where it got matted. And so she was forced to get it cut. And I also remember, after she got it cut, I remember, her wearing it curly. And I remember her white mom saying, "Oh, your hair looks like a bird nest." And so, just clueless, obviously there's certain things that you can't say to girls, period, because girls are sensitive and are very self-conscious about their appearance and about their hair and about how they look. And yeah, this my dad's wife was just so clueless that she commented that her hair looked ratty and matted like a bird's nest. And I just remember just giving her the side eye, like, man, you so fucking dumb. Like, this is why women like you don't need to blindly go into these relationships with these Black men, because you bring these children into this world and they all grow up with complexes because they don't have any guidance from you. You don't have any idea how to go about raising a child of color. So these Beckies, these biracial Beckies, they grow up with complexes and very unsure and uncertain because they don't quite fit in the white community, and they don't quite fit in the Black community. So they're confused. But in Blackistan, though, whatever is closest to white gets pedestalized. So Becky feels like a prize. These animals feel like prizes. Oftentimes they're very colorous. Although, and it's really weird, they hate Black women, but will date nakers often, which is really, really weird and doesn't make much sense. But for whatever reason, I shouldn't say for whatever reason. So these nakers pump up their heads and their egos. And so they begin to think that they're better than other Black women because these men will fetishize them and objectify them. Then typically what happens is they fall flat on their faces because they get a major reality check that being these men's preferences is not a prize. It's like, I always say this, it's like winning a ticket to board the Titanic. You're boarding a sinking ship. You shouldn't be excited about that, sis. So yeah, they'll get their heads big and egos inflated by this preferential treatment because they're their preferences, but then we'll realize very quickly that they'll get the same men that we all do within this community, men who are cheaters, who are broke, who are physically abusive, verbally abusive, in and out of jail, and etc. So fun fact, biracial Beckies are only mothered by white whales. And I cannot stress this enough. Biracial women who have Black mothers are so much more well-adjusted. And like I said, they are social butterflies. They understand that they're mixed with both ethnicities. So they understand that they're both white and Black, and they appreciate and understand both of those cultures. So those who have Black mothers do not fit in this category. So some notable biracial Beckies: Doja Cat, the rapper, Saweetie, the rapper, who turned around and dated one of these Tyrones who pedestalizes her and got her ass beat. Tiny Harris, who gets cheated on and humiliated every other month by her nigger husband. And Drake. I had to throw Drake in there just because I thought it was funny. But yeah, so let's be clear. These are not the same as a Tracy Ellis Ross, who was mothered by her Black mom, Diana Ross, or a Meghan Markle, who was raised by a Black mother. That is not the same. You'll see differences in their how successful they are, how they carry themselves, their class. You'll see differences in behavior, their mentality, and you'll just see that they're overall more well-adjusted and better acclimated by biracial people. So let's get into some instances where we can examine these animals in their natural habitat. So this first clip is of a whale calling her biracial Becky daughter the N-word.
I fucking hate you. Fuck you. You ugly nigger bitch. I wish you were never born. You should have been an abortion. Fuck you, ugly nigger bitch. Fuck you, Hillary. Is that what you wanted? You got that.
Okay.
Oh Lord, that's disgusting. So see what I mean? So this whale called her half black daughter the N-word. And some people will be shocked by that, but I'm not. If you know, like I know, this is not uncommon. This is not an uncommon experience for these whales to have half black children by these men and to really hate them and resent them because of it. So from what I hear and the experiences that I've heard from biracial Beckies with white mothers, the parents' unions are not rooted in love. They're not typically the whale mom is fetishizing Tyrone. She might just be having sex with the Tyrone because she wants to get back at her parents. Or she might just, hear stories about peen sizes and want to, give it a go. But it's never really rooted in love. And in the same token, the Naker is just self-hating. So he chooses this whale just because she's non-black, and that's it. And so this dysfunctional, toxic union, they'll inadvertently bring these mixed children in the world. And, the whales will get upset because what will happen is they'll think, oh, well, I'm better. He always talks about how I'm more submissive than the woman in his community. He likes my hair and, he likes the way I talk and how I carry myself, and I'm not loud and blah, 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 and all these things. But what tends to happen more often than not is Tyrone will prove that he is going to be the same man to her that we get within the community. So that happens, she'll get cheated on, she'll get abandoned with these mixed kids that these men don't want. She won't get a ring. And then she becomes bitter and resentful, and she takes that anger out on her biracial Becky daughter. And it's really sad because I wouldn't be surprised if the daughter in this video grows up and really internalizes that hatred and that self-hatred and hates other Black women as well. Here's another one that illustrates how dysfunctional biracial Beckies can be when they have white mothers, and really illustrates how they are in their natural habitat.
Which is my daughter. She asked me if I ever been with. Fucker, which is my daughter. She asked me if I ever been with a black guy. I'm passing the phone to a single mother. I'm passing the phone to a mother who thinks she raised me. I'm passing the phone to a motherfucker that can't figure out if she likes women or men. I'm passing the phone to a bitch who settled for the trailer park. I'm passing the phone to a bitch who dresses like a dude and gets mad when I call her a I'm passing the phone to somebody who will suck off anything that flies in her face. I'm passing the phone to a bitch that let her man hit her and stayed. I'm passing the phone to these kids that I never fucking wanted.
Told you.
I'm passing the phone to a...
So if you're having a hard time understanding what's happening here, so this is a TikTok video of a challenge called Pass the Phone Challenge. And it's where you pretty much roast the person who is in the challenge with you, and you pass the phone to that next person while roasting them. So if you heard the video, this whale berates her biracial Becky daughter, calls her stupid, clearly doesn't like her, I told you. And the biracial daughter is used to this type of dysfunction and this type of treatment. She's disrespecting her mother back, calling her bitches. And y'all know that would not fly with a mixed child with a Black mother. They're talking about sucking dick. I would never say anything like that in a room with any elder, let alone my mom. It's really dysfunctional. These are toxic children that these whales and Tyrones like to produce, and then just leave them to figure shit out on their own. And she finishes this challenge by saying she didn't want her kids. What did I tell y'all? So these are not love children. These are not children that are created out of love. They're created typically out of fetishization and out of self-hatred. Tyrones hating themselves, and white whales just wanting to know what that D looked like. Let's see. And I would not be surprised if that poor girl, if she if she grows up with internalized self-hatred, self-esteem issues, because, you know, her mom wanted some black peen. And they really have no idea what they're doing when it comes to raising a healthy, happy, partially black child. So here's another video that I found on Lovely T's Instagram. I don't know if it got deleted, but I found it on Lovely T's Instagram, but then was on Patreon and saw that Divested Zealot posted this as well. So I can't find the original video, but hopefully you guys can make out what's happening with this little clip.
Black men. Black men. Wait, let me specify even more. Brown skin and dark skin men. Because y'all pull a little bad light skin who y'all gonna make real pretty kids with. And then you treat her like shit? Are you serious? You could have had a little dirty, dark ass bitch for all that. Do all that. Like, have her. Like, let that be your thing. I'm so sick of black niggas pulling Knicks bitches and treating them like they didn't win the lottery. Like, bitch, are you serious? Are you serious? It could have been a white guy right now, but I was your black ass, your little struggling black ass, your little disenfranchised black ass, your little where's my stimulus check black ass, motherfucking chicken eating, motherfucking watermelon sucking, Kool-Aid drinking black ass. My barber is my king black ass. I didn't pay my child support black ass. I hope I don't get evicted on the 5th of the month black ass. Man, I'm sick of niggas, man. I don't give a fuck. Hey, cancel me for real, bitches. I can't stand black men. And I want y'all to know that with my full heart. With my full chest. Niggas ain't it. Like, chill. Like, stay where the fuck you are. I see why society treats you like shit. And Trump was on to something, but y'all black asses couldn't get it. So, yeah, I'm done. I'm so done. I'm done acting like I'm one of y'all, man. Fuck that shit. Y'all black asses can kiss my little pretty light-skinned mixed ass. Fucking niggers.
So this biracial Becky is bitter and got upset because all of her life, I bet in Blackistan, she's been pedestalized. She's been told that she's beautiful. She's been worshipped. She's been complimented and put on a pedestal her entire life by these Tyrones. All that just to get traumatized and to receive the same poor treatment, just like the rest of us. And we see this happen over and over again. So with Erica Mena and Safari, you know, we just saw recently him airing her out, talking about getting married to her was the worst mistake of his life. Since Santana, you know, remember she did a video about how, you know, black men love Latino women and cater to them. And guess what? She's a baby mom now. Emily B got her teeth knocked out by Fabulous. And it's because, you know, these women languish in being their preferences, but the reality is who wants to be a broken man's preference? And, you know, these men will take that toxicity everywhere. And I don't think these women realize that. You know, they think that they're going to get better treatment. They think that, oh, well, I look better than this person. And my hair is what he likes. And I talk like this and do that. So there's no way he's going to treat me poorly. But I don't think what they fail to understand is these men are toxic men. And I don't give a damn who it is or what relationship that you put that person is. And they're going to take that toxicity everywhere they go. And they're going to leave a trail of tears, a trail of heartache, heartbreaks in their path. So let's think about Halle Berry. And she was married to Eric Benet, and I'm sure thought that, you know, especially in her case, like not even just like because niggers are a colorist, but because she's rich. She's an A-list, beautiful, wonderful celebrity at the top of her career at the time. So I'm sure she thought there's no way this fool was going to cheat on me. Just like this girl said, oh, he hit the lottery. Guess what? He fucking everything in a skirt. and humiliated her, talking about he was a sex addict. Beyonce, so she's not a biracial, Becky, but she's by all means these men's preferences. She's their dream girl, and look how she got cheated on and humiliated and embarrassed by Jay-Z. So yeah, so these women, I mean, it just boggles my mind how they will like gloat and will feel so good about themselves just because they're these broken men's preferences. But that's like being excited about being the first cow led to slaughter, or the first kid chosen for the Hunger Games. You know, this is not something to be excited about. So I know that it strokes their ego, and I know that it makes these Beckies feel good, but it really is you being the first person chosen to sign up for a life of toxicity and trauma. And this woman was, you know, is a colorist too. And she talks about how, you know, these men, they need to leave that for dark, dirty bitches or whatever she said. So just want to illustrate how oftentimes these Beckies think that they're better than Black women. But that's just because these self-hating colorist nakers pump their heads up. So anywho, what I will say is that this is just another telltale example, slew of examples where when I say thank your lucky stars if you don't fall in this category, that you're not their preference. Because all that does is make you a walking target in Blackistan to be subjugated to these men's disgusting, nasty, trifling behavior. That makes you a prime candidate to be the woman who deals and endures their bullshit, their physical abuse, their sexual abuse, their mental abuse, their brokenness, their impoverishment, their struggle of them cheating and having side babies and secret families. So if you're not their preference, thank your lucky stars, because this ain't it. All right. That's all I got. Until next time, see you guys. Bye.